Hey, US government, you have some explaining to do. So I downloaded the little red book and I made a new bestie. We were just talking about the differences and similarities between China and the US, and she ended up going to the market and sent me a picture of her local market. I picked what was familiar to me and what I knew, and that was corn on the cob. I seen that 1 kilogram, which I found out was 2.2 pounds, was 6.90 yen. So I went on Google because it's free, right? And I looked up to see what would that be in US dollars. 94 cents. 94 cents. What would it be here in America, you might ask? When you do the math, $7. Is this what they don't want us to know?
Isn't it kind of depressing that almost every new apartment building in America looks like this?
All the buildings look the same, all the phones look the same, everybody's wearing the same clothes from Shein. I'm realizing now that all the propaganda I learned against communism and socialism was just capitalist projection. I was told the reason why socialism or communism wouldn't work was because everything would be the same and capitalism allows for individuality and free will. Is the individuality and free will in the room with us?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaya and welcome back to Amaya's Unsolicited Opinions. So today's video is going to be about the app Wangshu, which means the little red book in Mandarin. And we're going to be talking about how the app Wangshu is becoming a replacement for TikTok as TikTok's about to be banned, and the class consciousness that it has opened for millions of Americans. So let's get right into the video.
Hello, TikTok refugees. This is my home in China. I want to show you it's an apartment. In China, we don't need to pay real estate tax. Like I own this apartment. I don't need to pay every year for the tax. Like after I pay off my mortgage, I just live here. I don't need to pay every year the tax. So even though one day I don't work, I don't have income, I'm still able to live here till the day I die, basically. Okay, so that's why in China there's no homeless, and that is my sofa, my table, my bedroom, and sometimes I stay here, lie down on the ground to have some sun. And there is a river over there. It's all frozen. It's winter. Someone's skiing there. If you can see, look, yeah, someone's skiing. And my small refrigerator. I live here by myself, so that's enough.
I found the smallest studio in New York City, and the rent is $2,595 a month.
So for starters, what I noticed when I downloaded the app on my phone and, was seeing conversations of the Chinese people talking back to Americans, and, Americans were asking them a lot of funny questions of like, do you know what the meme My Shayla is, and a bunch of other memes, and do you know what a brat summer is? Just, very American, unserious question.
Oh, my Shayla. Oh, it's boring. They're so weird. Especially this man called Uber Goober. Don't bring Ash here. What? Look up Peggy.
No, yeah. Is that really popular in America? I seen his baby. Guys, is that really popular?
And then I saw that one American ended up asking, what stereotypes do you guys have about us, and what do you guys think about America? And of course they're gonna say like Americans are fat because Americans are fat. There's a reason my Ozempic sales went up so high, because Americans are big. And the only reason why Americans are big is because the groceries are so poisoned. The food is poisoned. It's expensive and poison at the same time. Other than that, the other stereotype they had for Americans is that we live in an oligarchy and that we're not really living in a country. We're living in a corporation. And this conversation started a lot of discourse on TikTok, for the couple of days we still have it.
So I downloaded Rednote, and I am no longer convinced that we are living in a first world country. Seeing the everyday lives of Chinese people, like obviously certain Chinese people, I'm not saying everybody's lives, but it's just like insanely eye-opening. There's something really remarkable that I have noticed about most of these Chinese people, even older people, like people in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They look so much less traumatized than most Americans. Our citizens here are not only like really cold and mean and disconnected and combative, but like you can just see people's problems on their face. You can see that they are exhausted and that they've been brutalized. Now, I don't fully understand Chinese culture at all, and I'm sure it varies a lot. It's a very, very big place, but it's interesting seeing how lighthearted and kind and gentle these people are, especially in comparison to Americans. We just have so much dark energy plaguing this country and plaguing the people, and it's just like, I don't know if we'll ever genuinely know what is happening, like what's happening with our government versus other governments. Is everyone lying to their people? Like, we live in so many layers of deception. Like, I don't know if we'll ever actually know what's happening.
And it's basically just caused a lot of these Chinese creators to, show how their life is in China. In these videos, they're breaking down how much they have to pay in rent, how much they're having to pay when they go to the grocery store, what do they do on a daily basis. And in the comment sections on the Rednote app, Americans are like, we're basically being scammed. And I mean, I'm seeing the way that these people in China living, and it's just not making sense. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. We're the land of the free, home of the free. Nothing is free. There's nothing free here. In fact, I feel like you're actually paying more for garbage on a daily. There's a reason why we're fat. Back to the video. It is just caused a lot of people to start critically thinking and realize we are starting to slowly reach class consciousness, which is why the government and the politicians and the rich want the app TikTok to be banned, because it has caused Americans to get on the app, be able to speak to other countries, see how everybody else is living in real time. It's in real time. So, and every other app, you have to wait. You have to figure out what another country is doing. You have to look it up. You have to be intentional about it. But specifically for this app, it's bringing together the whole world at the same time. And instead of telling the truth, as the American government does, they just said it was because of safety concerns. And now, due to them using that excuse for the 50 millionth time, because they've been trying to continuously ban TikTok, and now there's this uptake in Americans going on the Rednote app and learning Mandarin.
I've been on Rednote for maybe 30 minutes and I've started learning Mandarin. Yep, this is my life now. I'm about to start speaking that shit fluently. Give me 1 year. And I don't know if like people on Rednote got the memo about TikTok or what, but they've already started speaking like the people on TikTok that are migrating over. They're already teaching us Mandarin. Like, they're literally content creators that are teaching us how to speak Mandarin so we can navigate on their app. I love it here already, and I've only been here for 30 minutes. So far since I've been on the app, and I may pronounce this a little wrong, I've learned Ganjini, which means thank you. And I also learned, I think I'm saying this right, Ji Shoujian, which means where's the bathroom?
Why hasn't there been an uptake in people that just got up and moved to these different countries if they could not afford to live here? And I mean, that's dystopian in itself, because why is it that you have to move from the country that you've lived in your whole life to another country to afford to live somewhere? Like, it's so weird how America literally made healthcare a, profitable business, when in other countries you get free healthcare. And as somebody that's about to, time is ticking, I'm about to be off my parents' healthcare. If life does not pan the way I need it to pan, I'm going to be moving to China. 2020, I don't know, whenever I'm married, if I can't afford to live here in America, I'm moving away immediately, expeditiously. Or even if it gets more ghetto, like it's getting ghetto every day. But I just wanted to make this video so that, we were all aware on what's going on. And not only we're all aware of what's going on, we're aware that more and more and more Americans are waking up every day. So I would just, it just doesn't make any more sense for the government to just keep on lying and pretending and making up stuff that's not real when it's coming out, because Americans aren't real. I guess we are stupid. But they're waking up, like more people are gaining their critical thinking skills and asking the questions that need to be asked. And I feel like as a human, your job is to ask the questions that needs to be asked every day. Because like a relationship goes, whatever you go for with that person is what they're going to keep pulling. And I I don't know how I feel about a revolution, but there is definitely a lot of changes that need to be made in the American government immediately and expeditiously. Because why is it that we're seeing videos of, people in the government sitting down, having conversation about our laws, getting ready to post up and fight about issues?
I am reclaiming my time. If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman.
If you're looking for a lesson in civility, do not look to Congress. A shouting match erupted between two lawmakers as the House passed a bill banning transgender students from girls' sports. But the issue of trans rights came up at another unrelated hearing in which Republican Nancy Mace and Democrat Jasmine Crockett squared off. And just a heads up, some of the language here is pretty vulgar.
coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men in the bathroom with us.
I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not.
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will.
am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Congress at
When we have real issues that need to be addressed, it should have been addressed. Like, are we okay? But yeah, that was it for this video. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe, and have a beautiful day.